All praise goes to the Most High. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Hakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of great millstone for giving wisdoms and the teachings of the scriptures. Peace and salutation to the over-elect. Shalom to the sincere Achiam across the globe. So, it's been some time that I just dropped out of work, out of the job, out of the slave field. And, I had this video for a long time, channel called Truth Seeker. I don't know what truth these people are seeking, but it's basically a part of an interview with Neill Tyson, Neil deGrasse Tyson, that so-called scientist. He's an Israelite, he's a Jake, but he's all on the hands of E because he's getting paid by these people. Of course, he went to so-called school. He got a so-called education. He's how do you call it? He's probably a guy that went to a prestigious education. Now, before we go into that, into the video, because he talks a few things, and you see the title. Neil Tyson, tired of the Most High. So I listened to the part of the interview. It was like 10 minutes. But before we go on, he probably went to a prestigious university. Now the word prestige from the 1650s, trick, illusion, imposture. So, you can check it out for yourself on Ethem Online. But those three words that already shows you that when you're an advocate, a lawyer, I have to say, or a so-called scientist, or you're a doctor or whatever, you take part in the whole trick, the illusion of this devil's world, its world. So that's what that word means. We're coming back to this, the etymology. But he's talking about a whole lot of stuff, I think 3 minutes in the video, he talks about people that really believe in the Holy Scriptures, in the Bible, and he said, if you believe in the Bible, then you believe that the world was created in 6 days. Now, when you go into the Bible and you go to let me see, man. It's 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8, I thought. I don't know why the devil is doing this. Let me do it again. 2 Peter chapter 3. Come on. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Most High as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. Now, this is talking to the Israelites, the beloved, and especially the elect, and the innumerable number. We don't have to be ignorant. First and foremost, of Esau's devices, because they're coming with a whole lot of garbage. But through the Spirit, when it's garbage, But it shows you that, as it is written in Genesis, one day is 1,000 years. So the universe, or Earth, I don't know which one he was talking about, but Earth was not created in 6 days. It was created in 6,000 days. So he goes on in the video. He talks a whole lot of stuff. And basically it brings me to 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science falsely so called. Because this guy is a so-called scientist, but all he did in the 10 minutes video, the part of the interview, he's been basically bashing the scriptures and Not literally doing it, but he's calling people fool in their faces, basically. Now, this is from Etym Online, the word science. What is known, knowledge of something, acquired by study, information, also assurance of knowledge, certitude, certainty, and it goes on. So that's what scientists do. They only deal with what is known, knowledge. If you got a gut feeling or something like that, don't trust your feeling, don't trust your spirit. Basically, they're saying, if it's not explainable, then it's not true. That's what these people are all about, And he's also talking about interpretation in the video. He said something. I don't know exactly what he said, and I'm not gonna play it. But he said something about he said about the interpretation of Genesis, the first chapter, the 6 days part. So he said, your interpretation gonna be that it was made in 6 days. But Second Peter. Oh, I'm in Etym Online. Satan fucking around. Second Peter. Chapter 1, verse 20. It is written. Second Peter chapter 1, verse 20. Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation. So there you go, man. You cannot read this book, these scriptures, and then talk about that's basic knowledge, to the people that to the Akiam that are in GMS and their followers. But there's a whole lot of people in the world that might be listening to this video, and they have to know, man, that there's no private interpretation when it comes to these scriptures. And also, the word of the Most High is the word of the Most High. You understand? It will come to pass. It will happen, because he said it, man. Isaiah chapter 55, verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, empty, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So the Most High said it, man. He also goes into he said when you got struck by by epileptic attack. He literally said, if you got a epileptic attack, that does not mean that you've been invaded by the devil. But that's also not true, man. We gotta go to Luke chapter 8, verse 2. And for that I have to go into the into the Blue Letter Bible, which we are in right now, to find out what it's really talking about. Luke chapter 8, verse 2. And certain women which had been healed of evil spirits and infirmities, Mary called Magdalene, out of whom went 7 devils. And when you look at the word infirmities, because infirmities are the things that make people the way they are, man. If you got a wound on your knee, waking up in the morning, you got a scratch on your arm. If you go to work and you fall out of the working place. If you were born blind, or like me, you have to wear glasses because you cannot see that far or so close. Or you were born, you're not able to speak, not able to hear, whatever you got, man. This is the word infirmities.
Strong's G 769.
Asthenia. It's a Greek word, and it means want of strength, weakness, infirmity of the body. Its native weakness and frailty, feebleness of health or sickness of the soul, want of strength and capacity requisite to understand a thing, to do things great and glorious, to restrain corrupt desires, to bear trials and troubles. But really it's in this part, want of strength, weakness, infirmity of the body, of the soul. That's really what it's talking about here. Because when you go through certain things in life, for example, he took the example of people getting struck by epileptic attacks. That's really a devil, man. That's an infirmity right there, you know. So he's not speaking the truth. He's lying, man. Or you know, he just don't know because again, he was on this prestigious college and he's a prestigious guy in the science world. So he might also not know. But that's what it is. Infirmity is you know, want of strength and feebleness, like we just read. We go also for that. We also go to Luke, you know, chapter 7. Wow, Luke chapter 7 and verse 21. Luke chapter 7 verse 21. And in that same hour he cured Salakia. And in that same hour he cured many of their infirmities and plagues and of evil spirits, and unto many that were blind he gave sight. Because you see, Yahushua, you know, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, he when he was on earth, he committed a whole lot of you know, wonders, as we would say in the world right now. He healed a whole lot of sick people, you know, people that were not able to walk, people that were not able to see, people that were not able to speak, you know, and he healed them. You know, there's one account where he, the woman, I hope I don't chop it up, but she had a blood issue. And just by touching his garment, she was healed. Because, see, Yahushua, he's the manifestation of the Most High on earth. And the Most High can do anything. You know, everything is possible with the Most High. You know, with God, possible. That's in Matthew. You see, Matthew chapter 19, verse 26, it says, "But Yahushua beheld them and said unto them, with men this is impossible, but with the Most High all things are possible." Now, even if you don't got the scriptures, if you don't got the truth, you know, just looking outside, man, right now I'm looking outside, I see clouds. How can that happen? It is just there. It is just out of the blue. It's just there, just like the sky, the sun, the moon, the stars, which he also talks about, the grassy, or the grassy, I don't know how you pronounce his name really. But you gotta be, you got a whole lot of infirmities on you when you look at the situation, the world, and you be like, yeah, it just came out of nowhere. See, a whole lot of these people, they believe in the Big Bang Theory, but the Big Bang Theory is just a bunch of crap, because an explosion, it don't create. And he knows all about it because he's the man, he's the sword of the Most High on this earth. And yeah, he knows that an explosion don't bring life; it kills stuff, you know. So yeah, man, Neill deGrasse is a false prophet. I have to say, he's not a prophet, but he's a false leader, and he's an Israelite too. So he's a false leader of Israel. So Isaiah chapter 9 verse 16, "For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed." You know, same book, Isaiah chapter 28 verse 15, and it reads, "Because you have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and on the falsehood have we hid ourselves." Now the overflowing scourge, that's, you know, what's coming into this world, you know, the nuclear fire, the laser beams coming from the chariots of the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And when you're in science, and like the guy, deGrasse, you truly believe that science gonna protect you, because they got all these weapons, they got these bunkers in the earth, you know, and they got their theories, whatever, you know what I'm saying, and they believe in it. They made lies their refuge, and falsehood they use to hit themselves. You understand? So that's what they do, man. They use falsehood and lies. You know? Isaiah chapter 56, verse 10 and 11. It's a precept on the first on the one Isaiah chapter 28. Isaiah 56 and 10. His watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. Yea, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough. He's very well paid to keep up those lies, and they are shepherds that cannot understand. He cannot understand this truth. You understand? If you give him the Bible, he's gonna say a whole lot of bullshit, like but it says 6 days. It's the example in Genesis. They all look their own way, everyone for his gain from his quarter. You understand? So it's all about money in the first place, and they look at their own way. And we just read in 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 20 that there's no private interpretation. So they are wrong. They're wrong. They're wrong. They're wrong. Chapter 7 verse 15. Yeah, it's talk about prophets, but he's not a prophet, but we can still use the scripture. Matthew chapter 7 verse 15. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. You understand? So he's a ravening wolf. He's killing. He's keeping the lie that he created. He's keeping that, but he's also bringing a whole lot of Jakes, a whole lot of Israelite descendants, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and all who derive from them via their father's bloodline. He's leading them to the slaughter. Because if you don't believe in this truth, you really have nothing. Especially with with the times that's coming. If you keep believing in science, then you're gonna be burned up, man. So all this science shit is a whole lot of garbage. Darwinism with the Big Bang theory, or the evolution theory, all that garbage. I remember back in the days, I read an article, this article that speaking about Darwin and his family. He believed so much in the evolution theory that him and his family just started making babies within their families. I don't really remember how it went, but basically they went, inbreeding. And I remember in the article it said the third and the fourth generation after they started that, they were all, Down syndrome type babies, and a whole lot of mongoloid, children. So that happens, So yeah, I just stumbled on the video a while ago. I had it prepared, so I had to do it, and we just did it. And don't believe in Neill Tyson, who's being tired of the Most High. I think this guy got a missile in his name, man. I don't know if it's gonna happen. We'll see. Lucky for him, he's an Israelite, but he will have a very low status in the kingdom of heaven, man. So yeah, with that, I want to give all praise to the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and Shalom.